Today on the channel, we're back at it with another edition of the Road Warriors from the Ringside Collectibles Unsanctioned Classic Superstars line, this time with the Variant Gray Edition.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Ringside Collectibles Unsanctioned Classic Superstars unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got the Variant Gray Edition Hawk Animal, the Road Warriors. But for all your Road Warrior needs, better hit up Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. And of course, we unboxed the regular edition on the channel. Check out that video if you did miss it. I give a little business thoughts. We talk about how we got to this point, and we go from there with those. But this one, be a little bit quicker, a little bit faster of a video, as this is the same thing, just repainted a little bit. And of course, do some comparisons later on in this video. And of course, we're gonna do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're gonna take a look at the packaging. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna unbox it. We're gonna talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, see what old Hawk and Animal are up to this time in the Gray Edition. Look at that. I guess Japanese variant, I believe, is what somebody did say about these. But it does look good, and I'm here for all the LOD. Get me the red, get me the gray, get me the black, get me the blue, get me the gold. I'll take all colors of the LOD rainbow, of course. You got Animal, you got Hawk, you got the Road Warriors, you got Unsanctioned Classic Superstars, exclusive up there in the top. Road Warriors, Animal, and Hawk looking good over here. Same thing on the side over here. Nothing too fun here. Jibber and jabber for days down here. No UPCs on this one. And then on the back, you got the little bit of a blurb, and you got the graphics going on. Looking very good. Let's see what it says about Hawk and Animal. Once again, no J-hook on these. Would have liked to be able to hang it on the wall. Not going to happen there. The Road Warriors, also known as the Legion of Doom, were iconic professional wrestlers known for their intimidating presence, face paint, and spiked shoulder pads. Animal and Hawk dominated the tag team scene in the 80s and 90s with their brute strength, intense style, and finishing off opponents with their signature move, the Doomsday Device. What a rush, of course, right there. Hawk, 6'3", 270 pounds. Animal, 6'2", 305 pounds. I'll never forget being a little kid when Hawk and Animal came. I was at a Superstars taping as a little kid. I don't know, 9, 10 years old. Not sure exactly what age I was. And obviously I knew Hawk and Animal from WCW, NWA. Never in a million years did I think they'd be in the WWF. And then all of a sudden you heard the music. Oh, what a rush. I couldn't jump out of my chair fast enough. Could not believe what I was witnessing. It was Hawk and Animal in the WWF, and I got to see them. A total surprise. And I can't remember if it was actually their debut or if it was, they debuted previously, but, Superstars and all that was taped and shown later. I think it was one of those kind of things. It wasn't their first time, but nobody knew because there was no internet, all that kind of stuff to get the word out. Also had a very similar occurrence with the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich as a kid. Absolutely love that. Those guys, two of my all-time favorites. You put them together with the Warrior at Survivor Series. I'm surprised I survived as a little kid. I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack and a stroke at the same time when I was a kid. When you paired up the Legion of Doom, the Texas Tornado, and the Ultimate Warrior, that was like my dream. That was everything I could ever wanted in a Survivor Series team. It'll never be able to top that team for me, that's for sure. But that's a story for another day. But we're going to the old heave-ho. See you later. Goodbye. Like a young Bill Cartwright. Keeping it Chicago. Yeah, Bill Cartwright right there. And there it is, the old Hawk, the old Animal, looking pretty good. Extra heads and extra hands for days with these guys. I really like the packaging on these. I love how easy they are to get out of the package. No shining on you, Todd McFarlane over there. I know you love a twist tie or 10, but not the case here. We don't need them apparently, so I do appreciate that a lot. I really do like how easy it is. We don't need all these twist ties. Save them. Let's save the environment. How about? See you later. Goodbye. All right, we're going to start with Animal again because you know what? We go alphabetical. We got to put some of that schooling to work is what we got to do. but we're going to start with the animal. You got 2 splayed out hands. You got a fist of fury and a gripping hand over here. Choose your own adventure, of course. This is the chase variant chase, whatever you want to call it. And the regular edition. So one thing I always say, mix them up, use the different heads between the two, use different hands, make them feel as different as possible. That's one thing you got to do. But let's dive into the old animal right here. Looking like an animal, there's no doubt about it. Love the face paint. Got a little green this time in the face paint. Got the upset face going on. And Ringside, they should get some credit here because when I opened the first one out, this was the head that was on animal. I like that they mixed them up. They already did that for us. That's very smart, especially for on-card collectors. It makes them feel even more different that way. So kudos to Ringside for thinking like a collector right there. I do like that a whole lot. But you do got the mean mugging teeth going on. You do got the face paint. Missing the rat tail. I'm not an expert on his hairdo, but I always think of the rat tail on the back of the mohawk. Maybe there was a short time he didn't have it. Somebody clipped it off on him in an airplane or something. Maybe. Second head, you got the more stoic head sculpt over there. Both heads look really good, but I do prefer the mouth open one. The head is a little bit bigger on that one, which fits the body a little bit better for me at least. Now you do get the shoulder pads once again. You got the red base, you got the gray, and then the black spikes going on, silver spikes as well. Looking good. I have no faults with these ones. These are actually better than the Mattel spikes. They should be though. Mattel's were over a decade ago probably at this point. These are the latest and greatest. Constant learning, constant improvement as we always do say, but I do like those right there. Diving into Animal himself, Animal a little bit bigger. He could have been a little bit bigger for me as well, but I did say it in the first review. Going to be interesting. You don't know what scaling is. It's Ringside's new line. This isn't Mattel. This isn't Jazzwares. This isn't Jakks. This isn't Major Bendy's. This is its own thing. So they're going to do their own scaling here. For good or for bad, at the end of the day, that is their choice. A lot of people say they should be bigger. I'm sure somebody out there says they should be smaller, who knows, but we'll see. And the true test will be when we get Series 2, whoever they come out with next, and you compare those side to side. That's how you know what the true scaling is of these. But yes, I totally understand everybody wants these to fit in with their Jazzwares, fit in with their Mattels. I get that as well. Now, Animal looking good, a little bit bigger at the top. You do get a little different skin tone difference between the top plastic and the midsection plastic. Just a little bit there. Now, arms do go all the way around for us. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows. You know I love those pinless elbows. Feels like the Supreme figures from Jazzwares is what it feels like to me. White wrist tape over here, hands back and forth, side to side, removable. Head back and forth, side to side, removable. Hula hoop up here, traditional waist as well. Those big old Animal splits, kinda. For sure. Leg goes up a little bit. You can do the big boot if he needs to. Double jointed pinless knees. And then you do get the removable knee pads here, which are totally different. Something totally new there. I like that. Get the black boots with the boot cut, ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. The usual articulation that we get with the Mattel and the Jazzwares figures in this day and age. So it is consistent in that aspect as well. Legion of Doom on the trunks there as well, or the tights. And then you got the gold, the red, and the black throughout, looking very, very nice. And we learned this. They do fit on a Jazzwares stand, not the Mattel stands. That kind of leads me a little bit more to the Jazzwares style of factory. I just feel like they're using it as a private label factory, using some of the same stuff. I don't know. I don't know if anybody will ever talk up to that and say one way or the other. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But very, very similar style figures to the Jazzwares, especially when you compare them to the Mattel. Feels a lot more Jazzwares than Mattel, that is for sure. But diving in over here to the old Hawk himself. He's got his tongue sticking out here. I absolutely love the Hawk and his tongue out. He's one of the guys that can get away with it for me, for sure. Beautiful face paint, hair on there, just what we like. Just what we like, of course. Then we get the more stoic one. Once again, just like Animal, we got the different heads between the different packaging. I like that they did that for sure. You got the splayed out hand, you got the Fist of Fury, you got the opposites over here, and you get the gripping hands here, of course, making the hands different as well. Feeling good. Of course, shoulder pads removable very easily, as we do know. Same exact articulation that we got with Animal is what we're going to get with Hawk here. There is some reuse between the two, of course, as we know. Red boots down here, black boots over there. There is some difference and a little different artwork as well in the coloring, where you had gold over there, it's more white over here. Black knee pads, you got red knee pads over there. Very interesting in the white belt on here. White against the black, looking very good as well. Jacked up Hawk body that we're used to, looking very, very good. I have no issues with this Hawk either. I really like these figures a whole lot. And he does fit on a ringside stand as well right there. So I do like these figures. I like it whenever we get the Legion of Doom. I don't care how we get them. I always like them. A little bit biased right there, obviously, because of my LOD Road Warrior love. But these figures are very good. Now, they do lean more Jazzwares. So if you're not a Jazzwares fan, you don't like that style of figures, you might not like these a whole lot. If you're just all in on Mattel, you might not like these. You might only like them if they're Jazzwares. Did I say that right the first time? I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. But I think if you're a Mattel fan, these maybe aren't as best for you. But if you're a Jazzwares collector, you love the Jazzwares style, you're probably going to really, really love those. But that being said, I feel like you can smoke and mirror these in with any different line if you really wanted to, like a lot of them. You can even put a little Jakks with your Mattel if you need to. It is possible if you display them right, maybe you bend the knees a little bit, do what you got to do to get to that next level, of course. But we do got Hawk and Animal, of course, from Mattel. We already talked about these in the last video, so a little bit more comparison there. But I almost kind of think these line up better with my favorite LOD from the Jakks days. You put these guys here, it's kind of like the variant of the variant is kind of what it reminds me of here. But no doubt about it, very, very fun. Very excited to have these in my collection. Can't wait to see who else is in this Classic Superstars line. I've said it before, I want to see the Macho Man. Perfect opportunity to get him in here. Let's get Ronnie Garvin. Let's get Dino Bravo. Let's get Hercules. Let's get the Killer Bees. There's a lot of teams out there, and there's a lot of single stars that we would love classic guys of that aren't part of a Legends deal or part of whatever else. And who knows? Could we get some current stars? Could we get, a Matt Cardona in this line eventually? The Brian Myers, they seem to be in about every toy line possible. Could we see them in this style in the future? Could they do a modern day line? Could you get the Nick Gages of the world? Maybe the Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Zigglers? Could we get some of those guys in some of this stuff in the future? I guess it all depends on what Legends deal they have, if they have a TNA contract, whatever contract they may have. But there's a world of possibility right here, and there's another avenue for wrestling figures. And if you're a wrestling figure fan, a wrestling figure collector, that's not a bad day at the office right here. So I like what Ringside's doing here. I'm anxious to see what could be on the horizon next, and I guess we'll stay tuned to that. But what's your thoughts on this gray variant edition of the LOD? You here for this? Is this a pickup for you? Pass? Long game? No game? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Nearing closer to 50,000 subscribers. Hoping to get there by our 5-year anniversary at the end of this very month. If we do, we got 5 giveaways we're going to do here on the channel, so stay tuned to that in the future. Check out ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. Check out my book, the Classic Superstars book, available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and now digitally. Almost 700 pages. Yes, you heard it right, 700 pages. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and of course, now on TikTok. So for the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, the Hawk, the Animal, I'm the Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.
We're going to the end of the line. Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?